All right, folks. So enough of the Jihadi John looking outfit there. So what I want to talk today about is patrolling basics. Okay, I don't know if this is going to turn into a series or if it's a one-off shoot video. We'll see how it goes. But I got 5 notes, 5 points that I thought of while I was walking through my property doing my daily patrol. Why do I do daily patrols? Well, these are some thoughts I have. Number one, you want to learn the layout of your land, right? Or the surrounding neighborhood, whatever it's going to be, depending on your environment, what your living situation is. I own my own property with my wife. Okay, so we have acreage and forest. So I want to know where the hills, the dips, what kind of really everything is. I don't want to ruin the whole list here, but you want to learn the lay of the lands. Mostly in the most practical sense, especially if you're a hunter like me or a trapper, you want to know, okay, where are some good spots to trap at? Where are some good spots for a pop-up blind or a permanent blind or a tree stand? Those are more practical senses. Hides, okay, in case you think you might have to hide from a certain element, maybe, I don't know. I'm not saying you should be nefarious. Don't do nefarious things. Keep it legal, guys. But if you feel like you should hide for whatever reason, okay. And speaking of hiding, maybe you want to push some caches. Maybe you want to put some extra supplies of whatever it is away in your property and just want to store it away up here in the map, or maybe have some kind of coded map that you or your family may know. So just kind of saying lay of the land. Number 2, okay, learn nature on your home turf, okay? And that's not just animals, that is plants, as in medicinal, edible, and poisonous plants even, because it's like, okay, do I have a large swath of poison ivy in this sector of my woods? I don't want to go over there. Or, is there a big raspberry patch? Okay, cool, I have that on my property. Or, hey, is there some kind of medicinal plant somewhere out here, like plantain, for example, that grows in this meadow sunny area, right? Okay. So you understand, okay, these kind of plants are out in my woods or environment, I should say, and they can help me in whatever situation, or they could hurt me. Now, along with that, trees. You want to understand what kind of trees you have on here because, okay, firewood or construction purposes and or medicinal purposes, I dare say as well. So understand that as well. Water sources. Yes, if you know, say, on my property, which there isn't, but I wish there was. Say there was a river that cut through my property. Okay, I would want to know that. And there's some people that own a crap ton of acreage that have never wandered 3/4 of that and have no idea what the lay of the land is or what kind of water sources or anything like that is out there. For shame on them, I say. But say there's a river source. Okay, cool. I know where the best spot is to get water without being seen from the other side of the bank or in my woods or whatever like that. Along with that, okay, thinking a little more in depth here, water table. How shallow is the water table? Is it shallower out here or by your house? Where is it at? Can you put a hand well pump out here so you can still get water off grid in case the grid fails? I don't know. Just, thinking. Wink. Anyways, and also animals. What kind of animals come and go on your property? What kind of animals live on your property? Is it from squirrels, rabbits, game birds, or just birds period, to larger animals like coyotes, deer, wolves, bears, cougars, whatever it's going to be in your area? What kind of animals live there, okay, on your home turf? Again, scat, fur, scraps, other signs like obviously footprints and whatnot, paw prints. Now, pattern of movement, speaking of animals, okay, you want to understand, okay, hey, I might have a lot of deer in my property, and this is true. I might have a lot of deer in my property in the beginning of October, but as soon as rifle season come around, they just kind of vanish everywhere besides being in town. But, it is what it is. Deer are smart. But that's the thing, pattern of movements, okay? So when is the best time you could possibly get XYZ game animal on your property or surrounding area around your property? So keep it legal, guys, by the way. So there's that as well. Now, signs. Speaking of animals again, we want to also know what's normal sign in your woods or property or environment. What is abnormal signs? So is it normal that you're seeing rabbit and squirrel and sometimes fox and maybe coyote towards the back of your property, deer going up and down your actual cut paths that you made yourself? Yeah, that's normal. My boot prints, my dog's footprints, whatnot. Yeah, that's normal. Okay, sure. Nothing's been in my woods. If I find a dog print or canine print that's roughly about twice the size of my German Shepherds, okay, I know that's a wolf. There is a wolf in my woods somewhere, or maybe there's more than one wolf out here. I don't know. Or bear prints. Okay, yeah, there's been a sow and a mother, excuse me, sow and her cubs on the back of my property before. Okay, I've seen them catch on the their fur caught on the barbed wire fence between my neighbor's field and my woods. Along with that, I found their paw prints, some scat in my woods, and I just kind of followed it. Now, granted, I gave them space. I waited like 2 days after I seen them come through here. Hopefully, they just move on, which they did. But either way, it was kind of cool to track them through my woods. But that's abnormal. I don't really have bears on my property, nor wolves. But the other thing too, though, thinking ahead more so the preparedness side of things, other footprints. If you know, hey, that's not my boot print, or that's not my group's boot print, because you all have the same boot. Let's say that, you're kind of organized like that. And you all have Kamek boots or whatever it's going to be, or cat boots or whatever, military boots. And you're going, hey, that's not our pattern of boot. Who else has been out here? Or, hey, that branch was not broken over there yesterday. That's a fresh break. Or whatever's going on in your environment, right? Along with that, even real-time signs, right? Say you're sitting out here, you're being quiet, and you're hunting blind, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, or your LPOP, and all of a sudden a bunch of crows fly up, or birds are squawking, or squirrels are doing their alarm call and whatnot over that way, or behind you, or in front of you, or whatever it's going to be. Okay, something, not necessarily somebody, but something is over there in the woods. Should be on alert about that. Now, speaking of all that stuff, right, because I think we understand signs, right? Abnormal versus normal, right? What's in your environment normally versus what's new. Why is it there? Security. Okay, security is a big one, especially in Shit's the Fan or Grid Down or COG, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. But my thing is this, though. LPOPs, just like hunting blinds, you want to understand, okay, where is the best spot during what part of the season is it, I guess not necessarily appropriate, but we'll say appropriate, to put an LPOP in what area of the woods, in my case, or your environment. Where is that going to work out? How often are you going to move these things? How visible is this, or could this be from the other side, right? You always got to think like the OP4. Like, okay, if I'm sneaking through the woods just to pass through, hopefully, or whatever it's going to be, hopefully nothing nefarious, can I see that OPLP from where I'm standing or crossing at? Always got to think about that, guys. Now, along with that, too, you got to think about routes to and fro, these LPOPs. Are they camouflaged? Are they well hidden? Are you taking the same route back and forth all the time, which you shouldn't? You should always try to take a different route all the time, to and from. You don't want to take the same route, guys. Little army tip for you there. And the thing is, too, I've seen a lot of good ideas of like, oh, we'll use tree stands or, hides up in the tree. As you guys can see, okay, that's what the trees look like right now, this time of year. And it's March 26th, I think it is, I'm filming this, or 20-something, I don't know. My thing is this, though. This time of year, it would not be appropriate to have somebody up in a tree stand. Now, granted, I get it. Most people don't walk through the woods looking up in the trees, looking down, going up the trees, and then back down again. Most people don't do that unless they're hunting some kind of animal up in the tree, like a squirrel, for example, or bird or whatever. Most people don't, but still, the thing is this, though, humans are smart, and I can still see my vision way up here as I walk through the woods, even just necessarily peripheral, but up here as well, which I guess I'm going to call peripheral anyways. But the point is, though, not appropriate this time of year. If there was a bunch of foliage everywhere, sure. But at the same time, though, you got to think, okay, how am I going to be able to see people or hear people even if I'm up in a tree? Because foliage does deafen noise. Keep that in mind. So anyways, guys, that's kind of what I got for you today. I know it's a short video. It's kind of a wonky video here. Again, I don't know if it's going to be a series or a one-off shoot video. Kind of really depends on how much traction and attention this gets. But just some kind of random thoughts I had for everybody. So anyways, as always, stay frosty, prep up. Yeah, bless.